EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Monterey Peninsula, live opening round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Blue skies on top of blue waters, right next to one of the prettiest pieces of green grass on this good earth, as we check out the leaderboard here in round one. The leader is Harris English. He's on the move early at 5 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer looking to close the deal this week after a strong top 5 finish a week ago. So now from just into that first cut, he'll ready his approach to this par 4.
Good shot. Safely on the green and a birdie chance.
Nota Begay is on the ground for us at the first green.
And not a particularly demanding putt here. Maybe slightly down an incline, but it is dead straight.
Nope, good effort, but that's going to wander a few feet by. Okay, that's in for par here at the first, and he'll stay at even par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
No damage done after missing the first fairway, but he should like this one a little bit better here at number 2. Definitely within range of getting home in 2. This, his second. Oh, this could be good. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. 2 great shots have led to this. It's for eagle. Boy, you don't get eagle putts from that distance every day, but that one never got online. Okay, no problems there, finishing off a birdie at number 2. It's a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. That might have been okay if it stayed in that thinner rough, but I think this popped into that deeper area. And that ball gonna wind up on the fringe, but that a more than acceptable result given that lie. And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Nicely done. It is a par here at the third. And he'll remain at 1 under par. Frank, this is where it becomes really obvious where you are. You're at Pebble Beach. There's the Pacific Ocean, and this begins that magnificent 7-hole stretch right along the ocean. A fun hole, not long, 331 yards up the hill. We're at the 4th.
Yeah, and each one of those 7 holes that you referred to, Rich, there's a common theme, which is don't look right. because that's pretty much the ocean the whole way around. And this one here, that decision has to be made. 330 to the front of the green. If there's a hint of a breeze, you could try and drive it. Otherwise, really, you've got to worry about that pot bunker. It's between 230 and 250 yards. But as I first said, do not go right.
And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Now, going to have to try and get this out and let it run. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. This from 7 feet. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. That is highly skilled right there. Just held it off against that breeze. Beautifully done. This a little under 10 feet for birdie. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. And he'll move to 3 under par. Just 3 back. Frank, here we are. Another good scoring opportunity. The dramatic par 5/6.
It's easy to have that view of Stillwater Cove on the right. That, needless to say, is not the place to go. Those 5 bunkers down the left really determine your strategy off the tee. Plus, you're playing from elevation, nearly 20 yards extra off the tee. So that run out at 360 at the end of the fairway, believe me, that's in play.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. That one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Yeah, that's a good putt from there. A little short, but not too bad. Okay, well done there. It's a birdie here at the 6th. And he'll get it now to 4 under par. Just 2 shots off the lead. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll remain at 4 under.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand, and that race is right on by. That had a pretty good line, very close to going in. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And he's going to slide backwards to 3 under par.
Frank, as you know, depending on the time of year, you could see gray whales out on Carmel Bay, sea otters feeding on abalone, sea lions sunbathing on the rocks, or you could see none of it because this 9th hole absolutely demands your full attention.
Well, there's a different sort of mammal trying to play this hole. That first bunker on the left side, that shouldn't be in play, but this hole tilts so much from left to right, I think it sort of funnels you towards the sea otters and the whales.
Yeah, that's a beautiful tee shot. Now watch this go. Well, it's going to trundle right on down the slope. Wind coming from his right as he gets set for his second.
Well, the ball is on the green. That's about all I can say with that. With a short wedge in hand, you'd expect that certainly be much closer than that.
Oh, that was one heck of an effort right there. That would have been the birdie of the day by far. Well done. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And that is going to finish off a 3 under front side as they go out in 32. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right, and if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. From the fairway, 98 yards remaining for his second. this one has a chance to be close.
What a way to start the back nine. That is a tremendous iron shot.
Let's see if he can knock this in. It's for birdie. Well done there. It's a birdie to kick off the back nine. And he's got this to 4 under par, 2 shots off the lead.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect. And a good result as well. Second shot now, and has to be careful because that breeze can be tricky at his back. You don't want to overclub. Oh, that is how you get to be world number one. A beautiful shot there to get it in tight. Yes, good start to this backside. Back-to-back birdies here at 10 and 11. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12th. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. A little too much spice on that one. That flies the green, and he'll be chipping out of the rough. Now a second to this par 3. Just 5 feet left. Oh, that is right on the precipice of going down. But I do believe it's going to stay out. So a tough hole. It's in for bogey at 12. And that's going to drop him back to 4 under par.
Frank, the 13th hole doesn't get as much fanfare as some of the more picturesque par 4s here at Pebble Beach. Just curious, what do you think of this 13th hole?
I think it's a good hole, Rich, because it rewards you. You can certainly make 3 here. I remember when Tony Jacklin actually made an eagle here, but it's very easy to mess up. Purely because they added those 3 bunkers in on the right side that start at 260 yards and finish at just over 290 yards. What that has done to this hole is actually shrunk the fairway to just 35 yards wide.
And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
121 yards is the number we're looking at. Pin front left so he can take dead aim.
Just needed that a little bit more. I know it's 10 feet, but come on, I want it a little bit closer.
Not a long putt, but a side hiller for birdie. Nope, I could have erased the bogey from the previous hole, but no dice there. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is. Well, in the world of professional golf, there are very few legitimate 3-shot par 5s left. This 582-yard par 5 14th at Pebble Beach is one of those holes. It is all you want. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Safely back into the fairway. That was the job at hand, and it's a good end result. certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Got the speed perfect there from off the green. The line was perfect too, and as a result, it's in for birdie.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on a 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. Unfortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided.
This one started up the right side.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough. Well, safely on, but that's going to be a long way away. Chance now for another birdie. Got that up too high and it didn't want to come back. Okay, a bogey here at the 15th. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf. The march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16th. Key here, carry the island bunker. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. A back right hole location here as he gets set for his second to the par 4.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
15 feet away. Nope. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and he'll remain right where he is.
17th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that three and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure eight on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
I like the looks of this one. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round will win the day. Oh, yes, plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he'll move to one back with one to play. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here, and then you let it rip. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway.
I dare say a touch too aggressive, trying to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. It is very ambitious. Look what's happened.
Okay, birdie at the last. It is a birdie-birdie finish. And that will be an opening round 66. That's some good playing. Our featured golfer right there after day one, sitting at a tie atop the leaderboard.
Everything to play for these next 3 rounds. I mean, you couldn't really set up a leaderboard better than this today.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.